Alright, so this week we're starting out with some real case studies in bioethics and really starting down our path. And this week we're going to be looking at cases of the right to die. And some of them are a little more complex than others, so we're going to be warming up with some rather strange cases and then moving into some of the classics in this particular area. People like Terry Shrivo, which got a lot of press, and I actually remember that case, and it's still in the news. That family, if you remember, was involved in the Jahi McGrath case. So as we work through these opening cases, we want to make sure that we understand a couple of differences. One, there's a coma, there's a permanent vegetative state, there's brain death, and these are the things that I was cautioning us to remember back with the Jahi case, and in a case that we're going to look at for our first essay, and that's the case of the woman in Texas. Because some of this stuff does matter. People in comas have been able to wake up. People who are brain dead do not. Their brain is dead. So understanding the difference in all of those things. As we work through this week, we're going to be really trying to think about all of the different players as well. You have the patient, whether or not that patient made their wishes clear. You have the doctors and the medical staff, what their responsibilities are to both the patient and the profession, but never mind, they're also balancing the interest of the family. So the family has interests, the family has needs. And then there's actually, I'd say, the fourth, and that's society as a whole. Because what can we as society as a whole, and that's where the legal system is involved there. We want to make sure that the family can never pull the plug on someone who's just sleeping or something like that. So there's all of these different interests, and maybe we'll actually think of some other interests in the future. But those are kind of the things that we need to consider. And I would usually argue that some of those interests are primary to others. And I have been the family member in one of these cases, and it is painful and it is heart-wrenching. But at the same time, the interests of the patient need to supersede the emotional needs of the family, especially the medical interest of that patient. So those are the kinds of things that we have to balance, and maybe you can be thinking of the Jahi case as you're working through some of these cases as well. All right, so hopefully we're going to actually cut our teeth on some bioethics cases. You've been informed by some of the theory going behind it, so we'll bring up those considerations as we post, and we'll say, oh, I can see how this theory would work, and this one would be a little difficult to apply here. So hopefully this will be fun. Thank you.